So, what are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / buck totem Bertrum. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is our review of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. So, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video.
What is this?
I'm so glad you asked, Barry Burton. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII, or as I like to call it, the bitch is back. Final Fantasy Unnecessary Sequel is yet another Final Fantasy game from the talented bastards at Square Enix. It is a direct sequel to Final Fantasy XIII-2 and concludes the storyline of Final Fantasy XIII. Lightning Returns was released in 2014, a year I remember fondly as the year
According to my research, the game was released in Japan in 2013.
Oh, you and your bloody research. Can't you masturbate to cat videos on YouTube like a normal human being?
What?
Fine. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII was originally released in 2013. A year I remember fondly as the year I took Squall from Final Fantasy VIII for a drink at my favorite drinking establishment.
What drinking establishment?
Well, I say drinking establishment, but it was more like a whorehouse.
Oh.
Anyway, Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII started development in 2012, just after the release of the final piece of DLC for Final Fantasy XIII-2.
What does DLC stand for?
Don't you know?
No. Hence why I asked, what does DLC stand for?
Oh. Well, it stands for DLC.
But what does DLC stand for? Isn't it an abbreviation?
Don't use words like abbreviation, Bertram. It just confuses me. Anyway, the game's developers gathered around a table and thought, you know what this series needs? A dash of time travel, a spoonful of fashion, and a pinch of the apocalypse. And thus, Lightning Returns was born. So, story. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII takes place 500 years after the previous game's ending. Lightning, the bitter toddy of the first game and key character in the second, awakens from a self-imposed hibernation 13 days before the world's end, and is chosen by the deity Benevelza to save the people of the dying world, including former friends and allies who have developed heavy emotional burdens. As she travels, she learns the full truth behind both the world's fate and Benevelza's true agenda. Spoilers, he's an evil dick. So, gameplay. In the process of development, Lightning Returns was, quote-unquote, blessed with a revamped version of the gameplay system from the previous 2 games. This system was more, quote-unquote, action-focused. The ability to customize Lightning's outfits was also added when some of the development team wanted Lightning to change her appearance during battle.
And how many outfits does she have?
Like most women, drag queens and runway models, too bloody many. Some quote-unquote genius also thought it would be a good idea to add a time limit to the game that the player must extend by completing story missions and side quests. So in a nutshell, you travel to some location, engage in combat and dull side quests to progress the story. Fight a boss from Lightning's past, wash, rinse, flush the body parts, repeat. If you took out the side quests, this game would only be a few hours at the most. A decent few hours, but a few hours nonetheless. In fact, my favorite part of the whole game was the last 30 minutes. And in a game that's about 14 hours long, that's not good.
Oh, you were crying at the ending.
That's because the ending is amazing. The game, for me, is worth it just for that. But sadly, the side quests, the time limit, the fact our team from Final Fantasy XIII is mostly separate for 99% of the game, the fact there's only 2 good cutscenes, the very first one and the very last one. Therefore, I declare that Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII is okay. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our review for Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.